Welcome back to my view of Torquay United today, and this follows the loss of Hampton and Richmond, or our loss to them at the weekend. So I'm going to just jump straight in now, give you my view on a few clips from the highlights, and also a few views from what Gary had to say after the match, and wrap it all up. So let's do it right now. Let's get to the match. Right, so finally, folks, here I am looking at the match highlights, and as you can see right away here, goals seem to be on top, don't they, early doors? So I didn't go to the match, and some of you think, would you ever go away? Not very often, is the truth. Another good strike there, parried away. So I didn't go to the match, but doesn't mean I haven't got an opinion on this. And I've been a Torquay fan for well over 30 years now. United, according to the radio, were well on top to start with, and then Hampton and Richmond did manage to take the lead somewhat against a run of play, so they say. I think the fans who were at the match are probably a bit more disgruntled than that, and probably feel that we kind of got what we deserved. But that's kind of quite harsh at the moment. I mean, that was a well worked goal, you might say. I don't know. I'm not going to go back and watch it a second time. Fair enough to them if they scored a goal. You know, sometimes you can deal with it, sometimes you can't. But as we can see here, Hampton and Richmond are certainly creating some chances. So this is now going to be where, again, Torquay on top, and chance a header go wide. And this is where the penalty happens. Now, Gary Johnson said this shouldn't have been a penalty. I know that I'm quite critical of Ross Marshall. So here he comes in. What there? So he's come across the guy. The ref's well positioned, better than we are on the telly, to be fair, and adjudged that it's a foul. And I think the thing is, laws of the game, and I'm a qualified coach in terms of a youth coach, but I am a stickler for understanding the rules. And basically a foul is if the referee considers that excessive force has been used, then it's a foul. And that's irrespective if the ball's touched or anything. So it's down to the consideration of the referee. So my view on that is, if the ref considers it's a foul, it's a foul. And love it or not, like it or lump it, it's a foul. So I think what Ross Marshall has to do is learn to be a little bit more considered, and maybe just look. I know it's a slightly different position. Just look how Dean Moxey plays, and how, you know, he's just so dependable and almost low maintenance. So I'm not going to hang around too long on here. But Asa Hall, they said scored. Fans behind the goal cheered and shouted. Lino didn't give it, and you know, you've got to remember the whole of the ball has to be over the whole of the line, so it's got to be quite a way in the goal for it to be considered a goal. So it didn't go our way on that occasion, and anyway, we got the late goal, and then the breakaway goal, which I did see at the end here to make it 3-0. Actually, it did look to be against the run of play, so not a good performance in terms of giving Hampton and Richmond too many chances. But from listening to it and also seeing the highlights, Torquay did have a hell of a lot of chances in the second half. We need a couple of players to find their mojo. Let's get on to the Gary interview then. Let's see what he had to say.
Gaffer, can I take your thoughts on this afternoon's game at Hampton and Richmond?
Yeah, difficult, because whatever you say, you know, we lost the game 3-1. But how I saw it, they scored 2 goals. One, the penalty, if people see it, it wasn't a penalty, but we didn't play well enough to be level or in the lead at that point anyway. So, you know, we found ourselves 2-0 down pretty early. And to be fair to the lads, from as bad as we was in the first half, even though we did have a few shots, the second half was better as far as stats were concerned, as far as penalty area box entries, final third entries, crosses, shots. You've seen it. We've shown you the stats.
I think he's got a point there. You know, statistically, the club aren't too bad. They can pressurise teams and they should be scoring more goals. You know, our front line have to just find the back of the net. You know, Brad Ash is crying for a goal. And I think as soon as we get goals, we'll be up and running. But what about the squad? Gary touches on that a little bit more now.
We might be at the stage now where we might need to move out and bring in, or vice versa.
So there you go. Gary is touching on the fact that he needs to strengthen the squad and move a few players out and get a few players in. And to me, it could be a blessing in disguise that this might actually, this doldrums we're in, might force a move for the better. And then I look at the fixtures today. I see we got the next game coming up against Bath City at home at Playmore on Saturday. They're third in the league. If we beat them, we go level with them, I think. We're 10 points behind Yeovil. We play Yeovil a week Tuesday, so a week tomorrow night. If we win that, then we're going to be a maximum of 7 points behind Yeovil. And then I just see today we've drawn in the FA Trophy on, I think, the 19th, 18th, 19th of November, home against Yeovil again. Now, my view is that Torquay, when we ended last season, and I see that front line, okay, we haven't got big Frank up top, Frank Newblade, we haven't got him up front. I think Brad Ash can get us some goals. Other than that, we got Collins, we got Stobbs, got Jarvis, Dylan De Silva will be coming back soon. I can see us getting goals. I just need to see tighter defence. I'm more positive than I was last week. I wasn't expecting anything out of this Saturday's result. I didn't get anything, so there you go. Got what I expected. I'm personally giving Gary Johnson and Aaron Downs to the end of November. That's what I'm saying. Maybe less. I think the next two league games are critical. But in my view, if we can maybe win both the next two games, we've got to go out there and try and win those next two games. And then we can, if we can dump Yeovil out of the FA Trophy and actually get that bit of doubt into Yeovil's mind that they can start to lose games because they're on a 10-game winning streak possibly, then all of a sudden things shift a little bit, don't they? And we're the team that are winning and they're the team that are not. If that happens in November, at the end of November, we're going to be in a good place. Of course, if we don't beat Bath and we lose to Yeovil, then it's going to be extremely thin ice for Gary and Aaron. I hope the bad run of form, the errors that keep happening, because they do. You can defend your players, but if you've got a defender who's given away 3 or 4 penalties over 4 or 5 games, things like that, you have to maybe, I would perhaps just say to the kid, look, we're going to just drop you back out of that for a minute, regroup and go again. That's the plan, yeah? Get someone else who's more experienced. If we do that and we strengthen the squad, this could be bizarrely a blessing in disguise. A lot of you curse at me for saying that, because we'll have a squad that's strong enough to go right through the season, hopefully. We've done it before where we're in the lead in leagues and we've faltered and teams have caught us up. That season with Sutton United, and they nipped past us at the end. And when we were chasing Woking, when we were in League South, we got our tails up and it seemed that we were invincible towards the end and we clawed them back. This is when Gary started. That's what we need. So I'm positive at the moment. And my team are in the worst position I've seen them for ages. Stand by your team. Just keep with Downsy and Gary for a minute. There's some people out there, believe it or not, who would like to see, some Torquay fans, they call themselves, who would like to see Torquay lose. I'm not one of those. I always want to see the goals win. Let's stand by them this Saturday and next Tuesday. Let's bring home 6 points. And then we'll see what it's all about. Catch you guys on the football schmootball flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.